Dude, I'm amazed. Look at this. I'm gonna call my people internet douchebags.
Hey,
White monsters. White monsters. Dude, that's
okay.
That's how you get roasted, bro.
Don't love it. Some noise.
White monsters.
Okay,
Yeah.
good? Yeah, good.
We're good?
Okay, rolling camera.
Rolling audio?
Okay. And action. What's going on, guys? Today, I'm here with John Crestani. Can you introduce yourself a little bit for everyone?
Sure. So I'm an affiliate marketer, a online education person, and yeah, basically just an internet entrepreneur.
He makes money online.
Yeah.
So you guys know how it is. So gonna do a little Q&A with him so you guys can get his background, get a little understanding about it. So got some notes. So can you give us kind of like a background of what you started in business-wise? Maybe where you working a 9 to 5, and then how did you move over to entrepreneurship?
Totally. So started off actually 2008. I was day trading. Opened up an E-Trade account. I got I had $5,000. I got graduating high school and just day traded it. Lost it. And then I started. I got all the test answers because I went through some courses at my school online, and I started selling them. And I had these study guides. Let's call them study guides, and I sold study guides, and I started making a lot of money at college. I was making like over $10,000 a month just selling these study guides for $400 a pop.
Now we're calling them study guides.
Okay. Well, okay, it's fine. No. So what I was doing was I was putting up flyers. So I had these study guides and I was putting up flyers. So first of all, I knew, because I had been through the classes before and I knew all the questions, I said, okay, look, I have something that's extremely valuable.
Mm-hmm.
Like, people want these study guides. Nothing illegal about it, by the way. It's just their questions and answers. And I said, this is extremely valuable, and I knew what I had was extremely valuable, and I said, I have to find a way to sell this. I was making $8 an hour at the movie. I was working at the movie theater, doing clipping tickets and selling popcorn. And I was working 14 hours a week. I made like $700 a month or something like that. And I said, okay, I want to sell these study guides. And the first thing that happened was, somebody actually, the way it all started was because I had the study guide and offered it to a friend, and he said, no, I'll pay you for it. I said, oh, it's fine. He's like, no, dude, like, here, just take, here's $100. Like, he checked if it worked, and he said, dude, this is perfect. And he gave me $100. I was like, people are just, why? He just gave me $100.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, if somebody is willing to like force $100 upon me, I could do very well.
Yeah.
And so I knew I had to get these into the hands of people. I didn't know as enough people. I was friends with a lot of the international kids, like like Asian international kids, because they spoke Japanese. But so those people bought from me, but I wanted to reach more people. So what I started doing was I started putting up like I don't know where a piece of paper is, but just an 8.5 by 11. I started pasting them around my college campus, and I had different headlines on them. I said, some of them were like, I have, I think my first one was like something like, I have the like quiz answers to some of the online classes. I'm not even joking. Then it was like, contact me, like, and I made a Gmail address, like csuntutor@gmail.com.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, contact me and we'll talk or something. And I didn't know, and nobody fucking contacted me. Nobody did. Nobody did. And I was like, why? But I said I have the answers to, all the questions to some of the courses, like, contact me for the list of courses. I was like, I have the answers. this? Like, why do people like contact me? But my conviction was like so strong, and what I started doing was I kept split testing headlines, and I split test headlines and I split test call to action. What I did was I ended up here, let me just show you kind of. But basically, I ended up finding that I increased the response rate a lot. Instead of just listing out the email address at the bottom, I had these for people to tear. So that started getting people, to take them more.
Would you start with one ripped off?
I'd actually start with 2 ripped off. Yeah, I started, because then it looked no social proof.
Yeah.
Right? And what I found was, then I started doing it where instead of trying to saying I have the answers to some of the courses, I would use specific courses. So I said, guaranteed, I still remember the headline that made me all my money. Guaranteed, this is what changed. So before, very few people would tear off any of them, but when I put up this headline, it wasn't like my response didn't go up like 10% or 20%. It went up 1,000%. Guaranteed B+ or better in FIN 303 OL or your money back. And this was a gateway course.
Okay.
And I murdered it. And I had my first $1,000 days selling study guides, and I said, okay, and I looked up the colleges that I started making good money, and I looked up the colleges that were also offering the same course, and I said, because what happened was I was printing up all the answers, but people didn't care about it, they just wanted the PDF file, so they could Control F.
Yeah.
And I was like, do you want me to give you a discount? I was giving people discounts at first, but then I realized I don't need to give people discounts for not printing out the material. Because in my mind, you had to trade physical goods for money. That was I was just like, oh, there's no value exchange if you're just giving a PDF file, it's copy paste. But I realized there was actually, people didn't care about the physical thing, they just wanted the information. And then I said, I could do this online. And really the rest is history.
That's crazy. So you're doing marketing before you really knew.
And then I just took it to AdWords. All I did was I took it, I took a WordPress site, and I took it like a shopping cart, like PayPal, and then I just WordPress, PayPal, and then AdWords, and the rest is history.
Do you want to go back to that same school and start going?
No, I know I always could. It's I don't think anybody's doing it. It's just, there's so many ways to make money. It's unbelievable. People just are lazy, I think.
And not great. But, okay, that leads me to what type of businesses have you started and what are you currently doing now? So that was your first entrepreneur venture?
Yeah, so that was fun. And when you're 19 and you're doing $10,000 a month, and you have no obligations, it's all money on the table, it's a lot of fun. But you never go back to working again, so yeah. Businesses I've done, eBay. I was selling stuff on eBay. I bought 99-cent classified ads, and I would find really niche info products and resell those. Okay. Because people care more about the information. So I found really niche products. Other businesses I started, so that was really early on. Other businesses I started, obviously, affiliate marketing. Agency. I was running my own agency where I was, charging people to manage their Facebook ads or their Google ads. So anywhere between, when I started, I was charging people $500 a month. When I ended doing that, I was charging people $10,000 a month. And it all depends on who you're talking to, right? If you're when I was selling clients for $500 a month, I was like, how could anybody sell a client for $10,000 a month? But the thing is, you're just talking to the wrong people. If you're talking to a barber shop, yoga studio, a local yoga studio, yeah, you're never going to be able to.
Well, am I going to pay you $10,000 if you're asking me to go make me $100,000 a month?
Yeah.
But if I'm a small business and you might be able to make me $1,000 extra, then you're going to pay them.
Exactly. If you're a local yoga studio, like, yeah, you're not going to be able to afford, to pay my fees of $10,000 a month and like all the ads, so it doesn't make sense. But if you're talking to people who run big businesses, it's totally different. But they hang out different places. You're not going to meet them. You're not going to meet them
On Facebook.
Yeah. No, you can meet them on. You can meet them too. Are you kidding me? Yeah, I'm on Facebook. You're on Facebook. We run pretty sizable businesses. So affiliate marketing. That's where I made like my millions. Then info product. Obviously, I'm doing online education, and right now I'm also doing a startup. So we're raising like a software platform. So kind of like blockchain for education. So it's kind of like we're doing that's
For the future.
Yeah, we can go into that later.
Yeah, we will get into that. But, so what's making you most money? Affiliate marketing?
Right now, what I'm doing is my online education. Like just kind of, it's all kind of passive right now, but it's my online education and affiliate marketing. Yeah, so I'm solely focused on raising $4 million right now for building this education startup that I'm working on. So I'm focused on that, but I just have my stuff basically working for a long time.
Now, I have a question for you on this one. One thing my following always sees, I'm transparent with everything, is how much I make from courses, and you just said what makes you the most has been online education, or a lot of it. And a lot of people are then, oh, why don't we make a course on making courses?
Yeah.
You have to have some skill that people want to know, especially if you're money making thing. You have to have done it. You can't just go do it for a week, make $1,000 and start a course. It doesn't work like that. You have to know how to build a following as well. So, no, going straight to courses isn't the answer. You have to learn skill, be able to teach and help other people as well. If you can't get other people results, it won't last. So, it's the whole thing with that. Sorry, I'm on tangent. So, let's talk a little bit more on affiliate marketing. What has been like what's your biggest commission and maybe biggest day with affiliate marketing?
Okay. Like biggest single commission. So the affiliate program I started out in this was in 2012. I started out on this gold investment affiliate program called Regal Assets. Now at the time, my buddy Kelly Felix, if anybody knows Kelly Felix here, he had like a biz-op program called The Rich Jerk and Bring the Fresh and stuff like that. But very successful dude, ran this gold company, whatever, was involved with this gold company. They offer 3% commission on sales. So 3% on total invested amount. And the way it worked is I would put up squeeze pages. I'd get leads for their salespeople, name, phone number, email address. And if the lead closed, if the lead ended up moving their retirement, their 401k into gold, I got 3% of that. Now, the biggest deal was like $1 million something. So the biggest deal from one of my leads was $1 million something. So that was like $30-some thousand in a day. I think it was like 32,000 or 31,000 from one lead. And I was not spending any money to get these leads either.
How are you getting them?
What?
How are you getting them?
I actually had a deal. I had a custom deal with the company, so I didn't even pay any ad costs.
Okay.
So that was the deal I made with the company. I said, dude, I'm gonna blow up your stuff. I'm gonna take you guys to the moon, but I don't want to pay for my ad costs. I want you guys to pay the ad costs and pay me the normal commission. Yeah.
Oh, for Sunny, okay.
Yeah. No, I'm not even. But you can do anything you want, dude.
Yeah.
That's what people don't realize. You can have your cake and eat it too, And this is all, reality is whatever you want it to be. This is all of this is our simulation,
Yeah. So people are going to want to know, what kind of tactics did you use for affiliate marketing, maybe when you were doing that, or just that were successful?
I did, okay, so exactly what I did I did Google AdWords search, bidding on competitor plus review keywords. So Regal Assets, big competitors were Lear Capital, Rosalind Capital, Goldline, Advantage Gold, those are like Kidco, Goldco. Those are the big ones I can think of right like off. And again, this has been like years. But basically, I bid on those keywords. So it'd be like Rosalind Capital Review, American Bullion Review, Lear Capital Review, and then I put those. That would be the headline for, that would be the keyword, but it would also be the headline for my ad. And I'd say something along the lines of Lear Capital, I review Lear Capital, or is it a scam, or something like that. And then I'd have a review blog where I just simply, it was like the same template every time. It was just like, Lear Capital, this is a scam, I investigate. And it's just like, it has 3 questions. Do they offer? Is it fixed? Is it fixed fee? Are the fees fair? Is the company good? Is the, what blah blah blah? Is it held in a vault? Or is it? And I just inserted in the blanks. I just had a review of the company, and then I said, long story short, but I do not recommend this company. I recommend this company. That's all I needed to say.
Yeah.
Because the psychology is they're already involved. The person is already familiar with the market. They want gold. And they're talking to a company, so they're really far down the chain. But when you're going after like competitor plus review keyword, they're just about to buy. They're just about to work with a company, but there's like a hint of doubt.
Yeah.
And what we're doing is with a review strategy, you're growing that seed of doubt because people are naturally skeptical. You're tapping into that fear that's already in them. Fear of making a mistake, fear of the unknown. And then, so you're tapping into that, and then you're giving them a direction of what to do.
Yeah.
Because in their mind, they're already thinking like, I hope I don't get fucked.
Mm-hmm.
Like, am I making a bad decision? Like you said, more people look up like reviews of you. They're like, is this guy legit? Or like, right? People are like, is this guy real? Like all his cars, right? And they do me because people are skeptical.
Yeah.
But you just give them direction.
Yeah. Okay.
And it works. It works like unbelievably so.
Have you ever used SEO or free traffic other than just or mainly paid traffic?
I actually am becoming a huge fan of free traffic right now. I'm becoming a huge fan of it. I'm working on growing my YouTube channel a lot. But by the way, guys, subscribe.
His link will be the first one.
But no, I love YouTube. Like I come from a paid traffic background, obviously.
Yeah.
Like I'm an AdWords guy, but it's like the same. It's like I look at it like the same thing. There's just like different levers to pull, and I just, I have people in Bosnia that do, all this stuff for me, and I just say, and it's like crazy ROI.
Mm-hmm.
Like I almost look at it like it takes a little more time, but the ROI is just,
it's free.
yeah, it's free, so it's nuts. The ROI is.
I agree, right? Yeah, YouTube's crazy right now.
Yeah, YouTube's great. I think SEO is great. I think Facebook groups are actually. I have a buddy who runs Facebook ad buyers. I don't know if you know Tim Bird, but there's like 50,000 people. You can have great. The ROI is great, and it lasts.
Yeah.
It's super cool. I love it. Yeah.
So, do you have any tips for anyone when it comes to creating your ads?
Don't be creative. Don't be creative.
What's worked or
look at what's working. The problem is I think a lot of people start inserting their own ideas too much into the process, and And if we're trying to make a lot of money, the fact of the matter is, if let's say I have some like idea about what would be a cool ad.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I live in like vegan Venice Beach, California, so I have like, I'm like, I live in a little bubble, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't even have a car, guys. Like, I skateboard like everywhere. I don't go very far outside of my little. I'm like in a nice bubble, though, right? I'm not like super happy, like beautiful, expensive, clean bubble, but most people are in their own little bubbles. So like, I could come up with like ideas on my end, and like, I have this like really cool idea. Like, what if we like make this part flash, and then we like combine, like we do like a live stream compilation, like. But I'm so, like, why am I trying to be, that may be completely disconnected from the rest of the market. So
yeah.
I look at what works, pure and simple. I browse the internet. I don't even use many spy programs. This is like a little inside information. I don't use many spy programs. I literally just browse the internet and look for ads, and I create a swipe file. And it's worked for me. So
it's like what we were talking about earlier, doing what works, not trying to recreate it all.
I don't try to recreate things. I will modify things, so I'll always start with what works as a control, and then maybe I'll change some words, or I'll change some images. I'll say, okay, like for my own program, I'm like, okay, pictures of cars, money, and women work. Okay, so let me try like a woman with a baby. Let me try like a baby blue Lamborghini, or chrome, baby blue chrome. Oh, that's yours. Is it baby blue? Your Lambo?
No.
Okay. Baby.
They're not allowed to color this.
Oh, are you serious?
They don't know. Yeah.
Oh, they don't know yet. Oh,
no. They don't know the blue.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they might know. But
okay.
Yeah. So, do you have any general advice for anyone? It could be about affiliate marketing, and also how can they find you? How can they learn more?
Okay. General advice about affiliate marketing. I would say focus. Decide, like literally you can flip a coin, but either focus on a traffic source. So we're talking paid advertising. How many were your people? Brand new to affiliate marketing. Do they have any money, or are they looking at free stuff or paid stuff?
Let's go with free stuff.
Okay.
It's a lot of
So one, figure out if you're an introvert or an extrovert. Okay. Introvert, start a blog, Google. Okay. Extrovert, start a blog, YouTube. Second thing. Even before this, make sure you have time to commit. If you can't commit an hour a day, 30 minutes to an hour a day, then you're not committed. You're not ready yet. I just advise, figure out your life. If you want to make business a priority, let's say you're sleeping 8 hours a day, you're working 10 hours a day, you have 6 hours. Wait until a point where you have 30 minutes to an hour in your boat each day. Stop watching Game of Thrones or whatever you do. So first get the time, introvert, expert, Google, YouTube. Pick a product that's something you're passionate about. What do you talk to people about normally? Are you talking about cars? Are you talking about money-making schemes? Are you talking about office furniture? Are you talking about camera equipment? Are you talking about baby supplies? So figure out something you're passionate about. Find if it's a product, you can join Amazon. So that's what you're going to blog about. If